Right, this one you may have seen before if you've been watching the channel. This is Chanel's Peugeot Partner TP. When we first looked at this one, how long ago was it?
Last year.
Last year, yeah, it was sometime last year when we first videoed this one, and she just had a conversion done. And now I'm very surprised that she's turned up here today and it's completely different. So I'll let Chanel tell you why.
So quite quickly after the last conversion was done, I was noticing the cover that he put on the working surface was bubbling. The day I actually took it out of his workshop, I had to take it back quite quickly as the TV that he'd put on a swing arm swung around and nearly hit me in the head. So I took that back and told him to change that and make it a little bit more safe for me to drive home. But quite quickly the surfaces were bubbling, the Fablon I think it is was shrinking. You could see screws that were screwed in that weren't screwed into anything. It was just a complete shambles. I took it back once to get things resorted, and again he didn't really do it to a standard that I would think is acceptable considering the amount of money that I paid him for it. So we got into a bit of an email and messaging conflict, and then obviously the pandemic and whatever, so it got out the window. So I just never could take it back because it was quite a distance to get it to him. So almost like a DIY SOS, my friend's husband stepped in and said, we can fix it for you. And him and his friends, who one of them is a boat builder, an electrician, literally pulled it out and used the same footprint so that we didn't have to redo the covers and the seat paddings, but basically made it safe. Some of the electrics that he'd used was quite shocking, and they were absolutely disgusted in that, you know, there was bare wires, the batteries, there were loose connections. And
so we're not really talking about bits and pieces.
No.
We're talking about electrics.
Electrics that, you know, the box that is the inverter, I think it is, from the batteries to the electrics, it was double-sided taped down to a plywood board, which again it gets warm. It's, you know, it could have been a fire waiting to happen. At one point I took it back and my friend, he sorted out the plug socket, and basically because the car was driving, it loosened all the connections. He hadn't crimped any of the electrics, so again it was quite an unsafe, and he was quite a new startup business, so you know, I'm always looking at, you know, putting money into new startup businesses, but I obviously didn't check my reviews properly, and it was one of his first conversions, so I definitely wouldn't have gone back to him again, and I would never recommend him anyway again. But my friends have done me proud with this, and, you know, absolutely love it.
Yeah, great.
So yeah, and I've got tons more storage where I didn't have the storage before, because I'm not in need of a pull-out bed. So yeah, it's all great, and I'm quite happy. And
Right,
yeah.
Well, let's take a look at it.
So I've still got the same products as I had last year. This is I had this last year, and it's great for storage of bits and pieces. This cooker is new. I decided to upgrade for a 2-ring cooker, so that I could cook a little bit more for longer journeys anyway. And it's great with a large amount of gas, rather than the 1-ring burner that I had before. I've got again the Arpanes base tailgate awning, or driveway awning, sorry, which again is great for that extra space for more if you're away for more than 1 or 2 days. And then I've got my obviously camping chair and stuff outside, which is great, but it's a great bit of space out here.
Right. So now on to the thing that we've been talking about.
So I didn't have this before. I'm not quite sure why he never got me any storage here, but now I can literally just lift up, and I've got plenty of space and plenty of room under the seats for where I could put all my knickknacks. They've used the same base So that I've still got my porta potty, but they've given it a bit more room because the last time I think he must have built around the porta potty, and I physically couldn't get the toilet out when I needed to use it, so I had to go back and get that redone.
I think I remember you saying that.
Yeah, but they finished it off to us, you know, because when he took it back and cut the porta potty out, he didn't put any sort of trims round here, and it just looked an absolute mess. So they, you know, this has all been completely rebuilt, because when they took it out, he'd actually used 3 separate bits of wood just put together by plywood battens. So really, if I'd ever had a crash, I think it would just have crumpled up. I think again it's a massive safety issue, but they've managed to put my there's my LED lights in again, which is great for an evening time, and they, you know, I can change the colour depending on what mood I'm in.
Yeah,
but they've again given me great storage here, which is ideal. And they've moved, this is the big main change, because this panel was right over here by my head, so I was always worrying that I was going to knock the plugs, and the blue lights shining right on your face was quite annoying. So they've moved it here for me and given me quite a nice big door here to into the you might be able to see, but it gives me access to my water tanks. And which have been secured this time, and not secured by a travel pillow, which I had to do the last time.
Right.
And again, under these pillows, full length storage again, which.
And can you get access to that?
Yeah. So if I take these
from the underneath the cushions, yeah.
Yes. But it's just covered in cushions and that. But yeah, again, it's a huge amount of storage.
You've gained a lot of storage, haven't you?
Yeah, it's great. So I'm not having to take everything out, and I can just put stuff in little boxes and they fit into here, and so when I park up, I can literally just pull the box out, Bob's your uncle, off you go. So you're not having to fish around for loads of stuff. And again, I've got my sink with my running water, which is ideal.
You've got a nice work surface where you can do your work as well with, you know, you've got your iPad there.
Yeah, and that matches quite well to the floor, which is great.
Yeah.
So they've done an absolute amazing job. One of the best thing about it was they made it safe, is the main thing.
Yeah.
They've sorted all the electric, and they put all the electrics in one place, because he had the trip switch here, which I could never get access to. So they've moved everything into one space. So it just makes it
everything's accessible now, isn't it? Oh, it's,
definitely.
Which is what you need.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, when I first videoed it, I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah.
I love the design of it.
It was a lovely working surface, wasn't it? The colours. But the problem is that whether he'd used the wrong glue or whatever, it was just shrinking and bubbling, and and it just kept lifting, so it wasn't great.
Yeah.
I think he just didn't really have the skills and the knowledge of what products to use.
Yeah. But it certainly looks nice with the long run. It looks a long worktop, that, isn't it?
It's great,
long
isn't
work
it?
surface area. So is that your sink, or?
So this is my sink's in there, nicely hidden away.
So that's been in a different position, has it?
I think it's slightly moved, but similar area, so straight under the water tanks. But nicely hidden away. So with that on as well, it just gives you that extra working space of not needing to use the sink.
Yeah. Well, I'm loving the pink and the blue. It's it does go well together, doesn't it? I do like that.
Because we had the green in the last van, so they used the green anyway, but they said to me, Chanel, come on, let's choose a colour, and I said pink. And I think it works quite well, and I've just ordered some. There's this craze going around at the moment for motorhomers using the sheen elasticated covers, so I've ordered some pink elasticated covers to go over the top of these to sort of match in with the pink cupboards, and I can't wait to get them. Hopefully, I think they're here next week. But I will get also, because these are quite thin, I'm going to get some extra foam to put on the top, and with these elasticated covers will go over the top of that as well, so it'll be a little bit more of a comfortable sleep.
Right. So have you done anything to the outside? Have you got any upgrades to show us on the outside?
No, not really, other than I had to have a little bit of a repair done when somebody went into the back of me last year, but other than that, I don't like to play around too much. I'd like to get some decals, which I've seen on some other people's cars.
Yeah.
So that might be the next upgrade for Nelly. So yeah.
So have you any window blinds or?
I have got the stick-on window blinds.
Yeah.
But I'm quite happy at the moment that that my windows are tinted quite well.
Yeah.
I will literally sleep with an eye mask.
Right.
And but I did install some curtains so that it was a quick sort of setup for me. But I've just been given some a blackout blind to go over the front windscreen by one of the other guys here at the micro camper meet, and it fits my car brilliantly. So,
Great.
And it looks great as well, nice, and fits the car brilliant. So I'm quite happy with that nice blackout blind.
Right, well I'm glad you got sorted out. You seem to be well pleased with the end product this time, so you know, and it looks absolutely amazing like the other one did. But hopefully this one will be a lot safer.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't have too many problems with it.
The only other thing I might do is get what everybody else got, one of the window boxes.
Yeah, the window boxes are very popular and they're very good.
Yeah, the company that I've spoken to, they've got them untreated. So I was thinking I was going to get one that I could paint.
think I've seen that.
Yeah,
They're doing a cheaper version, aren't they?
Yeah, so I thought I might just do a colour match with the pink.
Yeah.
And get just the one window box. I think that'd be enough storage then for little bits and bobs. So that'd be the next thing.
Do you know, I've filmed so many interiors of different vans and that, and nearly all, even mine, at this very minute now, has got all the windows covered up with, you know, window blinds. And this looks amazing on film because you can see out the windows.
Yeah.
So it gives it, you know, it's okay in this weather, you can sit outside, but if you know, it's nice to be able to see outside, isn't it?
And it's a good
what
enough tint,
surroundings
I think,
you've
that
got.
people won't see what's going on in here.
I love it without the blinds. And like you say, you've got tinted windows anyway, so you're quite happy with, you know, not having to put anything else up.
Yeah. So I can park up and sort myself out quite quickly, really.
Yeah. Well, thanks a lot, Chanel, and I hope you're going to be a bit happier than you was with the last one.
Most definitely, I think.
All right, thanks very much.